back in Valencia, a track I've raced twice already, once in Cup Car, once in F4 for the FIA Motorsport Games last year. We've had 2 days now of free practice, which have gone really well. Pace is definitely there, and it's looking like we might be able to be back on that podium like we were in Spa this year. Follow on for the ride and the journey of this weekend. So that's probably done, guys. Sadly did not go as planned. I finished P10 for race 1 and P9 for race 2. The car was looking really strong on the first set of tires. We were running P4 overall, which was really positive. And then on the second set of tires, I picked up a little bit of oversteer on the laps where I was able to push, and one track limit. That was a little hindrance on the lap, but I'm positive that we're finding the correct setup for that, and the races will be difficult but interesting, especially for me coming from the back, because the goal is to get up into the top 5 and possibly the podium from there. But it's going to be a long race, difficult race, but I'm up for the challenge. So hello guys, we're on the pre-grid here for race 1, which is going to get going in a few minutes time. And I'm also here with Paul Cahope, who's currently second in the championship, and he'll tell you just a bit about what happened this morning in quali for him, since he got disqualified. So just what exactly is the strategy since you are now starting last?
Yeah, hi guys, I'm Paul, and unfortunately I've been disqualifying for the both race, so I start P last, and my mentality is to gain the maximum of place as possible for continue to have a contender title, and I hope I can get this goal, and yeah, I will try my best, and let's see what I can do for the race now and tomorrow.
Yeah, thanks, and watch on, guys. So that's race 1 done. We finished P5 overall and first in rookie, from starting from P8 and second rookie. The race overall was pretty good in performance-wise, since we were able to overtake 3 cars on track, which was on a track which is really difficult to overtake, since you don't have any long straights here and very, very tight and slow speed corners. And so I had the whole race, I had one guy ahead of me that was slower than me, but since he defended so well, it was really difficult to overtake him, and I wasn't able to get past him in the end, since this track you really have to have a 5 to 8/10 deficit of time between the 2 drivers. So overall it's mixed feelings, because on one side, yes, I got up to P5, but on the other side my expectations were to finish on the podium, and with the pace that was in the car and that I had, there was availability to really push for that P3. So that's why tomorrow we have another shot for it, starting P7, which is already better because I'll have less cars to overtake. Especially I'll have the drivers that were ahead of me today behind me, so it'll make that in that sense a little easier. And tomorrow, same objective, try and finish on the podium, and obviously try and win the rookie. So I'm here with Paul, who, as you know from before, started last since he got disqualified in qualifying. And I'll let him tell him a bit about how his race went. So Paul, what were the feelings in the car while driving, the emotions that were going through your head and the body as you were driving? And tell us a bit about how you found the race from driving back there.
Yeah, so I starting from the back on the grid, and I did a really good start. At the end of the lap one, I was P14, I think, and after that, I tried to do overtake a maximum of driver, and I finished the race P8. So it's a pretty good result, and tomorrow I hope I could do it a little bit better than today.
And what exactly were the challenges you faced during the race today?
Yes, my mentality is to never give up and to overtake a maximum of driver for also the championship title, and do without error in the race. And I think the pace was really good also, so I'm really happy about that. And tomorrow I will try to do my best job.
Yeah, I think that sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw him in the mirrors at the end of the race, but I had my focus on the cars ahead, so he didn't really faze me in that moment of the race. But maybe tomorrow he can do a little bit of a better job and end up behind me. But since I'm starting a bit further off the road, that's going to be a difficult job for him also. So we'll see how tomorrow goes, and hopefully I'll see him in the race.
Yeah.
Him, not for me, obviously. So that's race 2 done here in Valencia. The very hectic race with rain and dry all the time. We left to go onto the starting grid with a kind of fully dry track. And once we were on the starting grid, it started to rain quite heavily. So we had to red flag the start and come in, everyone changed into the wet tires. And so we went back out and we got back onto the grid then, and it then stopped raining and became hotter and hotter, and with the hot air in the air that started drying up the track. So we all started on wet tires. However, after one lap, basically everyone came into the pits to change over to slick tires, just like in F1. The stop time is much slower, obviously, than is in F1. We had around a 45-second stop, which is still pretty good because we're only allowed to have two or three guys working on the car at once. And then when I got back out of the pit lane, I had to see a bit of how the track conditions were with the slick tires, since we had just driven on with the wet tires and it was still a bit slippery. But was able to capitalize very fast on that, find the correct lines. And then midway through the race, I was really confused actually during the race, because I had no idea where I was, because I had one car in front of me and two cars behind me, but other than that, no one. So I was like, am I far behind or am I in front? And turns out I was running P3, which was really good because my goal obviously was to get onto the podium. And then with sadly 3 laps to go, a really experienced guy, already had the battles with him in Spa, Marvin Klein, was able to overtake me with a little bit of a push moment going into turn 2, but I fought hard, fought fair with him, but he was able to get past, and then sadly finished P4. And I also had a little small moment right at the last lap with our friend Paul Cahofe, who's going to tell you a bit about how his race went.
Yeah, like Chester said, a tricky race with a little bit of rain at the beginning of the race. For me, I finished P5, so a pretty good result from the back of the grid. But we lost a lot of time during the pit stop. But yeah, finished P5, it's a pretty good result, and I still fight for the championship title. So yeah, race weekend difficult, because disqualifying for the boss race was a little bit of shame, but yeah, I'm happy with my results in race 1 and race 2, and yeah, see you in Castellet.
Yeah, see you in Castellet, everyone.